Good morning, Valdosta State University class of 2024. My name is Ryan Hogan and I'm the Director of Admissions, and I want to welcome you to your convocation. Typically, we host all of you in our PE complex with faculty, staff, and we celebrate the start of the term with you in a grand way. We're going to do the best we can to do that in a virtual format. The event this morning kicks off a series of events that will get you prepared to start your journey as a student at our great institution. As you may have heard me say before, I was in your place only a few years ago. Well, maybe a little longer than a few years. Because of this incredible institution, the faculty and staff, once I graduated, I was inspired to pursue a career at Valdosta State. One of the best parts of what our admissions department does is promote the benefits a degree from Valdosta State University has to offer. Also, as your Director of Admissions, I enjoy getting to know you, and I look forward to the impression you are going to leave on my alma mater. I must tell you, class of 2024, out of 16 years of classes that I have welcomed to Valdosta State University, I am most proud of yours. Shh. Don't tell the others. Seriously though, you will always stand out in the history of VSU because your class has had to pivot, adjust, and sometimes even completely flip plans because of the current state of the world. We admire your patience, understanding, and resilience through these ever-changing times. I know classes are starting on Monday, and for some of you that causes some anxiety. You might start having thoughts like, I don't know if I can do this, or that feeling that you just want to hit the eject button and go back home. I'm here to tell you this is perfectly normal and a thought that many of us on this campus have had ourselves at some point during our student career here. Something that I want you to remember when you have these thoughts of wanting to turn around and go back, you wouldn't be here if you couldn't be here. What do I mean by that? For the fall 2020 term, my department processed over 14,400 applications. You, class of 2024, represent, at the time of this recording, 2,643 students that we chose to be at Valdosta State. You also come from all over the world. This is the part where we are all in the PE complex, and you make some noise when I call out where you are from, so make some noise at home when I call out your home. You, class of 2024, represent Canada, Alabama, Maine, Maryland, California, Nebraska, Colorado, Virginia, Ohio, Oregon, Tennessee, North Carolina, Michigan, New York, Haiti, Missouri, Montana, Jamaica, Washington, Mexico, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Arkansas, Nicaragua, Texas, Peru, Russia, Philippines, Georgia, South Carolina, and South Africa. If you cannot tell from that list, you, class of 2024, at this time represent one of the largest first-year classes in Valdosta State University's history. Finally, class of 2024, you have brought in more credits through dual enrollment, advanced placement, Cambridge, and International Baccalaureate that I don't know if I can call you the class of 2024 because you will probably graduate much earlier than 2024. So when you have that moment that you think that you cannot finish that assignment or the idea of graduating seems impossible, don't forget, we chose you to be here, and again, you would not be here if you couldn't be here. We know you can do this, we believe in you, and go Blazers. Students, welcome our next speaker, who is your Student Government Association President, Ms. Melissa Wolf.
Hello, class of 2024. I'm so excited to officially welcome you into Blazer Nation this morning. My name is Melissa Wolf, and I'm your Student Body President. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the right thing to say to you all today. I reached out to a handful of different people for guidance, including those who have given the last few convocation speeches and others who've previously made addresses similar to this. They all gave me their advice, and it was helpful, but it didn't quite fit. They all had a different experience from what I'm presently going through. And then I realized that's probably similar to how you're all feeling. This class is special. You're resilient, you're excited, you challenge, and you go for it. You are the next generation of leaders. I can't stand here today and tell you that I know exactly what you've experienced in the last 6 months or so, because I don't know. And I'm sure you all experienced it differently, but what I can tell you is how inspired I am by you and how happy I am that you're safe and healthy and here. You've come from all over to start your higher education journey with us, and I think I can speak for everyone who'd normally be on stage today when I say how excited we are to see how you will leave your mark on Valdosta State. Obviously, this isn't typically how freshman convocation goes. Normally, your alarm would go off super early, you'd debate whether or not to hit snooze a few more times, or if you should wake up on the first one and make some coffee. Most likely, you'd ultimately choose a few more minutes of sleep before rolling out of bed when your RA knocks on your door because it's time to head over to the PE complex. Then, you'd file into the complex to search for a seat in a sea of strangers. You'd settle in for a long ceremony, possibly be a little anxious, and wonder if you're the only one who feels that way. I'm here to assure you, you're not the only one who feels that way. Most of you are probably excited to finally be out of the house, especially after the abrupt ending of your senior year of high school. Nevertheless, making the transition to college can be intimidating, even under normal circumstances. If you're concerned about what this year will look like, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Me too. I don't know anyone who isn't, but we're all facing the unknown. However, here at Valdosta State, we do it together. Together, we'll follow the CDC and USG guidelines to keep our campus safe, even if it means things will look a little different this year. We'll wear masks, stay 6 feet apart, avoid large groups, wash our hands, clean up after ourselves, and remember to take care of ourselves, because that's what Blazers do. We lead by example and we adapt to whatever changes are thrown our way. One of my favorite quotes, especially these days, is from Albert Einstein. He said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. What is higher education if not the opportunity to expand your mind academically, socially, and personally? My wish for you this year and over the next few years is that you allow yourself to try new things and meet new people. Join an organization that might be a little out of your comfort zone. Get to know your faculty and academic advisors and apply for that dream internship. You never know what might come of it. Deciding to get involved early on had a significant impact on my experience and undoubtedly put me on the path toward personal success. I encourage you to try everything, from Greek life to French club to fire pit and everything in between. There's a place for everyone at Valdosta State, and we want to help you find it. What you'll learn in your classes will be indispensable, so pay attention. But I also challenge you to learn outside of the classroom. Learn from those around you. Ask about their experiences. Use this opportunity to create a bond with your professors and advisors that turns a letter of recommendation into a lifelong mentorship. I know that right now you're probably not thinking about your resume, internships, grad school, or entry-level jobs, but one day, in the very near future, and believe me when I say it's a lot closer than you think, you will be. Get ahead of it. Have a plan, be flexible, but be prepared. Go check out the newly renovated Career Opportunities Office in the Student Union. Everyone wants to see you succeed, and we know you have what it takes. At VSU, no dream is too big, no opportunity too far out of reach, and what you do with your time here is completely up to you. I recently heard our VSU president say, this year will not be business as usual, and he's right, but your Student Government Association still has a lot of work we'd like to do. Just some of the things we'll be focused on this year are diversity and inclusion, student wellness, and student engagement. If this interests you at all, I encourage you to reach out to me or any of your SGA representatives about getting involved. Who knows, it might change your life. You can also check out BlazerLink for upcoming events and programming taking place this semester. Keep an eye out for our SGA meetings on Monday nights. Whether they're virtual or in person, we encourage you to attend and make your voices heard. Let's have a great year, and as always, go Blazers!
Good morning. Welcome, new Blazers. I'm Dr. Robert Smith, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. On behalf of the faculty, I want you to know how very pleased we are that you have chosen to pursue your studies with us here at VSU. This morning, President Carvajal and I are wearing our academic regalia to symbolize the beginning of your academic journey. In a few short years, we will all be dressed this way when your families come here to celebrate your graduation. You have chosen a university with a strong tradition of academic excellence. Our programs are rigorous and stack up against those found anywhere. Your studies will be challenging, and you will work harder than you have ever worked before. This is what college is all about. We'll push you to expand your horizons and meet our high standards, preparing you for an exciting and productive future. You won't be alone on this journey. Our faculty and staff, some of the best to be found anywhere, all of them are here at Valdosta State for one reason: to support you. You can trust in our faculty and staff. Use them as your guide to your chosen discipline and eventual career. Take advantage of all of the support we have made available to you. Get to know your professors, your advisors, and your faculty mentors. They're dedicated to helping you succeed. I want you to recognize that just like you, all of your professors and our staff also chose to be here. Every one of them made a conscious choice to join VSU and adopt our tradition of excellence in teaching and learning and our focus on student success. Many of them have been here for 20 or 30 or more years and have dedicated the bulk of their professional lives to VSU and to teaching students just like you. We pride ourselves on bringing you the highest quality instruction in every class, every laboratory, every studio, every day. And this fall, many of your classes will look a bit different than the traditional face-to-face class that you are probably used to. We're using a variety of teaching modalities this fall to ensure that we will maintain social distancing in our classrooms and yet still maintain the highest quality instruction. Some of you will attend class face-to-face on some days, but attend virtually on other days. In some cases, you will watch the lectures online while participating in discussions face-to-face or virtually on other days. Other classes will be taught face-to-face as you would expect. Finally, some of your classes have transitioned to fully online. I encourage you to pay close attention to your email and also communications within BlazeView so that you can plan ahead on which classes you have on which days, face-to-face or online. If in doubt, do not hesitate to reach out to your professors for help. I want to emphasize that we selected you for the class of 2024 because we are confident that you have what it takes to excel here. Now, I know that there may be a few of you who might be just a little unsure about this, and that's okay. Some of you may even have a few doubts about whether you're really cut out for college. Let me assure you that you are all well prepared for what lies ahead. That's not to say that it will be easy or that there won't be some bumps in the road along the way. Remember, I said that we are going to challenge you. I leave you with this brief story. I remember with clarity the day I hit a bump in the road when I earned a low grade on a major test and how it quickly led to me wondering whether I really belonged there. After all, no one in my family had ever gone to college before, so I thought, why should I be different? I was fortunate that I had a very kind professor who pulled me aside and helped me to understand how I could study more effectively, which was not at all the way I had studied in high school. The same professor became my mentor and a few years later urged me to go on to graduate school, and obviously I'm here today because someone believed in me. We all believe in you. You belong here.
will not fear. Do we fear the rain? No will not fear. Do we fear the thunder? No will not fear. Or does it make us stronger? No will not fear. Though I walk through the valley, no will not fear. Do we fear the storm? We are the storm.
Good morning and welcome to your Valdosta State University Freshman Convocation. As you've already heard, in a normal year we would be gathered together for an in-person ceremony. But of course, this is not a normal year. And instead, we are therefore sharing this experience through the magic of technology. And while your college launch is unique, given the times we face, one thing that you have in common with every student who has ever started their journey here at VSU is that you come with the goal of, in 4 short years, earning your degree. So now, for a moment, let your mind imagine a day in the not too distant future. It's May 2024 and we have all gathered together again on our historic West Hall front lawn for your big day. That's right, it's your commencement day. And on that special day, my favorite day of every year, I want you to imagine yourself processing in your cap and gown, knowing that your loved ones are behind you, as proud of you as they have ever been. And then, you joining me on stage for that life-changing moment when I have the awesome pleasure of shaking your hand, handing you your degree and telling you, congratulations, well done. And while that will undoubtedly be a day filled with emotion, today, your first day, is filled with its own emotions too. Hopefully, you feel excited and ready to conquer this journey. But some of you might also be feeling scared too. Maybe you're the first in your family to go to college. Maybe you're wondering if you will fit in. Maybe you're wondering how you and your family will cover every expense, or maybe, just maybe, you're unsure if you are truly prepared to be successful in college. But let me assure you, I know, and all of us here at VSU know, that you can make it. Why? Because we chose you. That's right, out of all those who applied to this great university, we chose you. And we did that because we got to know you. And we came to understand that you have exactly what it takes to be a Blazer. So trust that you have the tools to be successful, and know that we are also here to support you along your journey. You see, that's how it works. Here at VSU, every blaze starts with an ember, a student who has shown an initial spark, but who has the potential to become much more. Our faculty and staff add oxygen to that ember, and add kindling and more to help it begin to burn. And then, in time, the knowledge, skills, and experience you gain here become the logs that sustain a blaze that can't be unlit. That's right, you'll do that here. If you do your part and accept the help that we will offer, together we will turn you into a member of this Blazer family that will leave here ready to set the world on fire. But as you grow here, never forget that VSU is always growing and adapting too. Last spring, for instance, when the COVID pandemic arose, we began to adapt. And I'm pleased to tell you that our team has worked all summer long to mitigate the risks associated with the coronavirus. We've social distanced our classrooms, installed new cleaning standards and protocols, and adopted a requirement that masks be worn inside all campus buildings other than when you are eating or in your residence hall room. And as we get additional guidance from the CDC and the Georgia Department of Health, we will continue to adapt what we do. And we hope you will adapt as well. Social distance, wash your hands often, and wear a mask. There is nothing uncool about doing the right thing. And right now, this is exactly what we all need to do all the time to keep each other safe. So know that we are in it together, and together we will get to the other side of this pandemic. Of course, that's not the only challenge we've collectively faced in 2020, and it's not the only way VSU is adapting. The deaths of George Floyd nationally and Ahmaud Arbery here in Georgia shook us all to the core, and there is a real sense of urgency for something to be done in our country, here in our state, and yes, even here within Blazer Nation. And we are responding by continually trying to make our campus welcoming for all. This work is meaningful, necessary, and complex, and we hope that you'll be willing to be a part of it. On our end, we will deliver ongoing programming such as Brave Space Conversations, Diversity Dinners of Hope, the Blaze the Ballot series, our diversity film series, and so much more. Our Office of Student Diversity and Inclusion will partner with several student organizations to offer educational programs and to dialogue on important issues. And we will continue to invest in the development of our faculty to help them ensure an inclusive learning environment. We know the classroom is a space where past and current events can be woven into the daily discussion to create opportunities to learn from the scholarly research of your discipline and from one another. I encourage each of you to challenge yourself while you're here to participate in the diversity programs we offer, because becoming more unified and caring for one another isn't someone else's job. No, as members of this Blazer family, it's all of our responsibility. So take courageous action. Be willing to move out of your comfort zone and truly learn to live out Valdosta State's values of civility, integrity, and citizenship that are found in our Blazer Creed. During your time here, that is just one example of many in and out of the classroom where you will have an opportunity to learn. And being a Blazer means learning by having fun too. For instance, traditional activities will include Fall Explosion, The Happening, Homecoming, the lighting of the palms, and Music Mayhem, to name a few. I look forward to seeing you at these and many other campus activities, as well as in the library, the Student Union, and the Rec Center. And of course, let's not forget in the stands, helping our Blazers bring home yet another conference championship and national championship soon. So folks, let us never forget that Valdosta State University is a special place. But you need not just believe me. No, one of your fellow students said it best. In an email I recently received, that student leader said this: "This university means more than you can imagine. This university is a home. This university is an endearing community. This university is a common ground for lifelong friends. This university is part of our legacy, and it always will be." Students, as you live up to that legacy and live up to the potential you've already demonstrated that caused us to choose you, then I look forward to someday soon handing you your degree. And in the meantime, I'll simply look forward to getting to know you personally and to joining you in the time-honored cheer that all who love VSU can't wait to proclaim. Go Blazers!
Averaging 52 points a game, Valdosta State comes in leading the nation in scoring offense. First time two undefeated teams have made it back to the national championship game in Division II since 2015. Again, the Bulldogs taking on Valdosta State, the Blazers from Georgia, in their first ever meeting on the biggest stage ever. As we say hello and welcome to Tom Loganville.
First down and 10. Makes the handoff. Looking into the end zone. Gallimore is there. Caught. Touchdown, Blazers. The throw is Rogan. Rogan steps up, gonna fire downfield. Gallimore's there. Caught. Gallimore at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Blazers! Yes!
It's getting insane here in Texas, y'all. Y'all better watch out.
Still looking, gonna roll fire on the run. It's picked off by the Blazers at the 40. He's gonna go to the 35-yard line. He's got some blockers. 30, 25, 20, 15, and he'll be brought down at the 10-yard line. Blazers! Durham's going to look to throw downfield. Davis White's there. He goes to the other side. There's Rogan. Caught. Rogan. Touchdown. Rogan Wells. Oh, my goodness. Wow, what a play. Ivory Durham. Wow. Oh, wow.
And it comes down to this. Hey, we're in McKinney, Texas. It's Big 12 territory. Why not have a Big 12 type game?
What do you call here?
I think you got a play action pass off of the jet sweep motion.
They give it to Barnett. The double pass. Looking for a man in the end zone.
Incomplete! Incomplete! The Blazers